Thanks so much for joining us today, Chef.
Nice to be here.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Yourself?
Pretty good, yeah, not too bad.
Okay.
You've been at Baltimore Country Club for about 10 years now, is that right?
Yeah, since October, yep.
Okay, October was 10 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time to be at one club, you know. How would you say the culinary program has evolved since you started back in 2014?
Oh my God, it has been a long process. I came on board with the idea of when I talked to the board and I had my selection committee, they asked me, what do you think you need to get the program better? I said, well, first of all, you need to do some investment in your staff. The staff was very little paid over there, and you need to invest some money in your equipment. I mean, the banquet kitchen at Roland Park was absolutely a disaster. The kitchen downstairs, which, the grill, I've never seen that in my career. And the farm was the farm. At the time was not renovated. Since then, we have renovated. So they really took my word for it, and then we invested about I would say $100,000 in the banquet kitchen. And one day when I retire, I will miss that kitchen because it's really functional, and to do a wedding, a big party is really good. And then they invested downstairs. We did some changes. We took some offices, and so we made it work. And then from that on, it was a progression. And then 7 years ago, we changed. We had a new general manager, Kent, and people that know Kent, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We had to get better, and we did. And everything he asked of us, we delivered. But also everything we asked of him, equipment, plates, staff, he was right there to help us. So I'm very fortunate. I have the culinary leadership has been with me for about 7 years now. They all have been promoted within. So I think the core, the worker bees that come and go, as every club probably knows. But I feel very fortunate. We went through COVID together, and then we renovated 5 farms 2.5 years ago, right after COVID. And the a la carte business over there just quadrupled. It was like, when they say built it, they will come, they're coming. I mean, I think our record was a 300 cover night, which we've never done before. So the success, I don't know if we can always get better. We try every year to do better. We do change the menu every 5 weeks, which is very aggressive, I think, for a club of that nature. It's not a very big menu, but it changes very often. And if I can describe it, it's more fast-paced, casual, upscale. It's there's all kind of stuff on that menu, from Asian to American to French, you name it. So that's the 10 years in a nutshell. I'm sure there's more to go, but it is what it is.
What keeps you there for so long? What else do you still hope to achieve in your time there?
Well, I'm a loyal person. This is my third club. I've been 10 years in another club, another 10 years in another club, and that's 10 years there. So I think first of all, it takes time to know your membership. It takes about 3 to 4 years before you really understand what they like. I came from California. California, Baltimore is like 2 different worlds. And so that took me some time. I think we can always get better. A la carte is a la carte, but I think to create an event where people were like, wow, that was something I'd never seen before. This is where we get challenged every year. It could be Christmas buffets, it could be the gentleman invitation, it could be whatever it is. I mean, we do close to 400 events, 500 events a year. So it just, and sometimes it's hard to reinvent yourself. But we try. We look at a lot of the TikToks or YouTubes and all that. We try to be different, but it's hard. So what I'm trying to achieve is to be as best as we can.
Speaking of, events and creating that wow experience, as you said, Of course, Chef to Chef is headed to Baltimore, and BCC is hosting the Kickoff party. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that's going to be a collaboration with the chef around, around the club, Elkridge, Green Spring, Lyrondale, and I forget another one, which is Rolling Road. So we already have created some type of a menu, logistically it's going to be interesting. I think you're going to bus up 10 buses to come up from downtown to us. And then we're hoping for good weather because it's the end of March. The weather in Baltimore sometimes can be unpredictable. But everybody's going to do something. I'm going to get out the toys, the pizza oven, all that kind of stuff. And then every club is doing something different. And the next day, some of those chefs who want to visit Roland Park, there'll be like 100 people, and then they'll come to visit Roland Park because we do have 2 campuses, which can make it interesting sometimes. So we're going to try to do Baltimore flair, maybe with a new twist. I don't know if we're going to be successful or not, but
I'm sure you will be.
Yeah. Well, no pressure. I got 500 guys in the business coming in like, man. So it's all right.
Do you have any travel or restaurant tips for chefs who are coming into Baltimore? Anywhere that you recommend?
Well, interestingly enough, Baltimore, there's a couple of things. If you know Chef Wolf, she has an empire with Petit Louis, with Chingales, and I can't remember the Charleston. So that's probably, I would make reservation quickly because it's going to fill up but there's also, not that I want to get away from Baltimore, there's also DC that is very close by, and there's a lot of good restaurants over there. So Charleston would be for an experience, would be probably what I would pick first if I came in town for the first time.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Chef.
Thank you. It was good to be here.
Look forward to seeing you in Baltimore.